Get off my board! Get off my board! Get off my board! Get off my board! Hello and welcome to Super Complex Mathematics with Professor Jeice. Today we will be discussing the concept of the BMI, otherwise known as the body mass index, and how that pertains to a technique in the Dragon Ball universe known as metamorph fusion. If you would please, for this lesson, take your time to review these simple vocabulary terms. That means hit the pause button. For this lesson and many that involve formulas such as the BMI equation, it is always handy to have a calculator available. Now, let's get to the fun part. And so today, we will be using the BMI to figure out if Bertha and Piccolo truly, in this timeline, are compatible with one another. When it comes down to the 3 points we have here, the combatants must have similar power levels, a similar height, and a similar size. Tell me, Stepdad, are these fighters of similar power levels?
Well, yeah, they actually were able to deflect Majin Vegeta's blast. That's a Super Saiyan 2, maybe a little stronger than Super Saiyan 2 blast. They had not only the speed to get to the blast before it hit, but enough power to deflect it. So it's fair to say that they are on par with Piccolo.
Ah, so you see, we can check this off the list. And so, we must look at the character's height now. The height of Bertha is 8 foot 2 inches. And the height of Piccolo, which would be right here, is 7 foot 5 inches. By changing them from feet to inches, and then adding them with what we know as far as inches. This is how we convert. And so we know that there are 12 inches in a foot. I believe there is 12 inches in my foot. I lost a lot of my elasticity during the war, but that is why I have these. These provide elasticity for me. And so we will multiply the feet by the 12. So 12 times 8. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1, as 8 times 1, plus 1 is 96. And then we will add the inches. So plus 2 makes Bertha at 98 inches tall. Now, for Piccolo, we do the same thing. 2 times 7, plus, I keep forgetting nobody's here. 4 times 1. 7 times 1 plus the 1 is 84. Plus the 5, we get 89. 98 minus 89 equals a difference of 9 inches. If we are talking seriously, with this floppy ruler, I will show you exactly how long 9 inches is. There is 9 inches. It is not even longer than my arm. It is not a big comparison, but in order to see if 9 inches is truly too far for these fighters, let us compare with previous instances in the history of Dragon Ball in which the fusion technique was used. As you can see on this board, we have the heights of all the fighters who have participated in the fusion technique. But of course, we do not have Krillin. I don't think anybody matches Krillin. As you can see, Goku is different from Vegeta by 4 inches, and Goten is different from Trunks by 3 inches. This could be another reason why the fusion did not work with Piccolo and Goku, because they did display the fusion technique. Would they not have fused at that point? Goku was not a Super Saiyan. This just proves that Goku's base form was far more powerful than a traditional Super Saiyan from the Android saga. Therefore, Piccolo's power level could in fact be called upon. But there could be another reason. If we were to compare the sizes of the fighters, we would get that Goku's size would come to 69. Shut up, stiff dish! 69 inches. And Piccolo, we have already figured out, as 89 inches. That is a 20-inch difference. That is more than 1 foot. So you see, if the idea is that both parties control their power levels to be similar, like Trunks had to lower his power level to match Goten, Goten had to raise his to match Trunks, the height difference could have been a good reason why Goku did not fuse with Piccolo, because Goku was not aiming to match his power with Piccolo's. We go to the third thing. Our body mass index, which is categorized by this equation. BMI equals the kilograms of a fighter divided by the meters of how tall that fighter is squared, or to the power of 2. 2 is our exponent here. What this means is that we will be dividing the kilograms of the fighter by their meters being multiplied by their meters. To the power of 2 squared multiplied by itself. If we do a simple Google search, we will be able to deduce the weight and the height of all the fighters we need to know about. Now in the first column, we will provide the weights of all the fighters in pounds. Piccolo, being in the Mekian, I do not know what kind of health that is sitting at 256 pounds, which must be heavy for a slugman. Beta is close at 242.5 pounds. These are the weights that we must convert to kilograms with which to use in the equation. In order to convert these into kilograms, we must understand that 1 pound is equal to 2.2 kilograms. Divide by 2.2 all the way down the board. A fraction symbol is just the same as a division symbol, in which we have Piccolo weighing in at 116.36 repeating kilograms. And Butter, as far as his weight in kilograms, 242.5 divided by 2.2 yields the result of 110.227 repeating on the 27. And so, we have the first part of our equation. Now we must find their heights in meters. But there is a slight problem. We have inches. Well, according to the Google, 1 meter is equivalent to 39.37 inches. So, since we will again be going from a small unit to a big unit, we will be dividing. This time, we will divide each one by the 39.37. And now, Piccolo and Butter. Piccolo comes in at a stand of 2.26 meters, but Butter just outdoes him at 2.49 meters tall. That is almost a quarter of a meter. Think about that. 9 inches is about a quarter of a meter. Go figure. We have done it! We have determined body mass index equations for each fighter that has participated or will participate in this what if in the metamoran fusion. What this will do is determine just how close Piccolo and Berta are, in which to decide if their size is familiar enough to each other to make metamoran fusion count. Let us begin. So you see off the bat, Goku and Vegeta are only 0.2 away from each other when it comes down to the body mass index. Let us see how the children fare. So you see, the children were able to make it work with a difference of 0.62 as far as that being a difference. Considering through the franchise we have seen these two fuse and these two fuse, it is safe to say that if Piccolo and Berta are within 0.62 of each other or somewhere around that, it is quite possible for the duo to become this Berkalo. Piccolo's body mass index comes up to be 22.73. Berta's body mass index comes up to be 17.7. Unfortunately, Berta's size is not quite up to par when it comes down to fusing with Piccolo. However, this measurement is based on 9 years prior. In the Namek saga, Berta has been gravity training with Jeice. It is quite possible that his 110.23 kilograms could in fact go up. Let us do one final conversion and make his 242.5 pounds to a flat 300. Being that gravity training is so effective for several Z fighters that have participated in it, it is quite possible that Berta may have bulked up in his years on Earth. This is not over. And so, let us change 300 pounds to kilograms. When we take 300 and divide it by 2.2, we get the total of 136.36 repeating. That will be the measure of our kilograms. And so, we will be now plugging in the formula. I will not be able to hear you, but around the world, we must have the drum roll. As I plug in the last equation, starting down here with PEMDAS, the exponent must come first, then the division. 136.36 divided by 6.2001 gives us a body mass index of 21.99. To suggest that we have not seen the limits of metamoran fusion on mortals in the dragon world, I do believe that it is possible for Berta to weigh a little over 300 pounds to close the rest of the gap between him and Piccolo by the time of the Buu saga. So, is it entirely possible that Piccolo and Berta would be able to perform the fusion technique given the estimates shown before us today? Yes! It is entirely possible, given the circumstances of this what-if, that Berta and Piccolo would have a similar body mass index, the 9 inches would in fact be negligible, and the training with Jeice would make him about on par with the Namekian warrior we love so much. It is entirely possible for the character of Berta in this what-if to fuse with the likes of Piccolo, creating the fusion warrior Bercolo. This was super complex mathematics. I hope to see you again. No, I'm not going to do it. No. I am not going to do it. I'm not going, no. 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 Get off my ball!